现在就祝福自己今天会是很棒的一天，大大提升绩效。那么我们开始吧。大家早安，首先要先恭喜我们节目终于有一个新的名字，经过许多人的票选，然后得到了这个新的名字，不是你想的领导力 ezManager， 也花了蛮多时间在摸索跟图档的配置。那我们今天这一集呢，就是要收听英文原声的部分。那听过上集第一章的导读后，我相信我们更能掌握文意，也顺便可以练一下英文听力。那这次的试听版的女生是非常好听的，很容易听。这本书的介绍跟作者呢都有放在 Podcast 的资讯栏上面，它是目前为止被评为 Amazon 年度最佳商业书籍的第1名。之后我们会大概有连续几集都做一些分级的，每一个 chapter 都会做导读，非常适合不论是新手或者是老马主管都非常棒。好，那马上我们来收听这个英文原声。如果大家等一下喜欢今天的内容，别忘了帮我们留下你的5星评分，对节目有任何的建议 feedback 都可以留下评价。如果有想要来信的话呢，我设置了一个匿名的私讯留言区，是 Google 表单，欢迎可以分享你在管理上或者是被管理上遇到的比较特别的一些小故事。欢迎跟我们一起聊聊天，祝福大家有美好的一天。那么收听愉快咯。
In May of 2006, when I first started my job, I didn't know what I didn't know. On the one hand, given that Facebook was a social network for college and high school students at the time, I thought that in some ways I was the perfect candidate. I mean, who knew Facebook's audience better than a recent grad like myself? I was hungry to make my mark on the world, and there was nothing to weigh me down. I had no institutionalized doctrines, no tragic failures to speak of. And after 4 years of cramming for exams, writing countless papers, and pulling all-nighter coding marathons, hard work and I got along just fine. But I faced some major disadvantages as well, the biggest being that I had very little experience under my belt. Like in most startups, our team was focused primarily on getting things done, not on organizational hierarchy. I didn't have a formal manager until about a year in, when one of the senior designers on our team, Rebecca, took on that role. Before that, we were operating as a loose collective, everyone just helping out where they were needed. 2 years later, suddenly, I was a manager. I had a lot to learn. But when I look back now, what surprises me the most is how little I understood of what management was all about. Oh, we're all familiar with good and bad managers, from James Bond's M to A Christmas Carol's Ebenezer Scrooge, from Katharine Graham in The Post to Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada. It's not as if managers are some sort of rare, exotic species. Most people have one. At the dinner table growing up, I remember my parents, an IT specialist and a stockbroker, talking about what their bosses did or said that day. I had managers who'd shown me the ropes during my high school and college teaching jobs. But if you asked me what I thought a manager's job was before I started, here's what I would have said. A manager's job is to have meetings with reports to help them solve their problems, share feedback about what is or isn't going well, and figure out who should be promoted and who should be fired. Fast forward 3 years. Having done the job now, I'm a bit wiser. My revised answer would look like the following. A manager's job is to build a team that works well together, support members in reaching their career goals, and create processes to get work done smoothly and efficiently. As you can see, my answers evolved from basic day-to-day activities, having meetings and giving feedback, to longer-term goals, building teams and supporting career growth. The new answers sound smarter and more grown-up. Go me. Except they're still not quite right. You might be thinking, well, what's wrong with these answers? Great managers certainly do all the things on both lists. True. But the problem is that these answers are still an assortment of activities. If I asked you, what is the job of a soccer player? Would you say that it's to attend practices, pass the ball to their teammates, and attempt to score goals? No, of course not. You'd tell me why those activities matter in the first place. You'd say, the job of a soccer player is to win games. So, what is the job of a manager? Without understanding this deeply, it's hard to know how to be good at it. That's what this first chapter is about. The one-line definition of a manager's job. Imagine that you decide to set up a lemonade stand because you love lemonade and think it could be a great business. In the beginning, what you need to do seems pretty clear. You go to the store and get yourself a knapsack full of lemons. You juice those lemons, dump in a generous helping of sugar, and add water. You get a folding table and a lounge chair, a pitcher, a cooler, and some cups. You decorate a lovely chalk sign announcing your delicious offering and competitive pricing. And then, near a busy intersection, you set up shop and cheerfully ask if any passers-by are thirsty. It's simple when it's just you. It's your hands that squeezed the lemons, your feet that trudged from the store to the kitchen to your stand, your arms that lugged the pitcher and cooler. If the chalkboard handwriting looks sloppy, that's on you. If your lemonade is too sweet or sour, you have only yourself to blame. Nothing will get done unless you choose to do it.